Oh snap! What is up?
Snappity, we snapping at every topic that makes your fingers snap.
We're back again with another topic.
Which says money matters.
Yes.
Imali ethanda ukuxabanisa abantu nethomi nefamily. Today we speak about money matters.
Shelet, yeah.
Shelet.
Or quietly put it simple, money in relationships.
Yes.
You know?
That's what we're speaking about today. Otherwise, my name is Dombi. This is Sipo. We're snapping at every topic that makes your fingers
Snap. Yes. So today's topic was kind of mostly inspired. I think everyone goes through the phase of money, you know, but it's more specifically in a relationship. You know, like money can determine a relationship. Like it can
break it or make it.
It can make or break a relationship. You know, I mean, think about it. You know, quite often enough, people when they meet, financially they are okay.
Yes.
You know, it's either you guys are students, so it's still fine, or you guys are working. Yeah, but comes a time when you guys are in a relationship, you know, and it just happens that one of you doesn't have money anymore.
Yes.
You get my
or
point?
doesn't work, or doesn't find work.
Yeah, you know, and we're living in South Africa, so you know, at times
South Africa.
At times people do have money, do work, but though, you know what,
they have responsibilities.
Yeah, with responsibilities, you know. So then what happens when you go through that? Because it can make or break a relationship, you know. When you're in a relationship with someone, as much as you like them or you love them, but financially they're not okay at that stage, you know. How can you then make sure that
doesn't become a barrier in your relationship?
Because it can be a barrier, you know, in a relationship, yeah?
I must say, I just love you when you just continue speaking, but that's cool. But snap
that.
Snap. For me, okay, like at the dating stage, I think just speaking about money, it becomes really hard. Né? Because we also have this expectation as ladies that suppose you guys are always giving us money. So for me, let me speak about me. I don't want to speak about other people, and just know that we are not experts or financial bunnies or anything, but we're speaking about our experience. For me, it was hard for me to accept money from you. Number one, the reason why I felt like when you give me money, it's like I owe you something. Like it could be maybe I need to sleep with you, or I owe you, I need to bring it back to you. So for me, it was like, if we want us to go out, I'll pay for my food. I don't want to owe anyone money, especially in a relationship. So that's why I ran away from that thing of, let's not talk about money, but I don't want your money.
I think, you know, I think that like what you say, or giving someone money, you know, I think when you're still starting out, that one happens, you know, like if we go out, the guy is gonna pay the first week or the first month, you know, but the second month things get real. You get my point now. You look at your person and be like, this one doesn't have money. You know, like you look at your guy like, my guy, you don't have money. You get my point. So I think reality starts checking in terms of money, like second month, third month, because now you start getting to understand that so and so works here. So roughly, maybe this is how much they are earning. The car is not theirs; it belongs to someone else. All of those things, you know. But for me, when we were starting out, I think we also had that reality check. Because when I met you, it was more like you're working corporate.
Yes.
You know, so you know like how people work in corporate, how they are, you know, how they wear their heels and how they bring their accent to work, all of that.
But I do have an accent without the corporate, by the way.
Oh, but this was my first impressions. Okay. You get my point. So this was not like, so we didn't meet necessarily when we were in school already, like, you know. So when someone works in corporate, you start having these ideas that now financially people are okay. You get my point, like they're eating fucking knife. You get my point. The laughter is different compared to us, you know. But then, you know, like as I'm saying, second month, third month, then that reality starts checking in. That okay, as much as you're working in corporate, but you're working as an intern. You get my point. So obviously you're not getting money the way that we think you have money. You get my, but let's be honest.
Intern 3.5.
Let's be honest. When you look at someone, like I so like how God created us. We don't look like our problems. You know, we don't look like our financial problems. Like no one's written here, this morning this is what I ate, how much of my financial problems are, this is my depression written here. We don't look like our problems, you know. And when you're going out there, you meet people on your best version. You will only pick it up later on. So and so is going through this and this and this and that, you know. So when we then were going through that, for me, it was natural for me to share, simply because I'm also coming from a background where I didn't have any, you know. So you get my point. So it was for me, being with someone who was not earning a lot.
It was good.
No, it was good, but it was normal. No, it was normal. You get my point. Like for me, it's like, oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
And half of my family members that I know are there. In fact, half of my friends who have just started working are there. You know, because let's be honest, as black people, there are few of us who are coming from wealthy, strong, from a trust fund babies. There are few of us who have trust fund babies. You know, so I could relate to that because I was also coming there from a year. You know. So I guess that was not much of a problem for me to share. You know, like if we go out, I understand that I'm earning more, so I'll pay. If we're then going for vacation, you know, but I could see you were uncomfortable necessarily.
I was very uncomfortable. I was like, what's wrong with this guy? Okay, guys, he would give me his card, and I'm like, and stuff. But I also think there was some point in our relationship where I was permanent and you were not permanent.
Yes, you see, that's the thing with us, you know. That's the thing with life. That's the thing with, and I think I always say this to guys, you know, that in a relationship things change. You get my point, and we need to understand each other. We need to work gracefully with each other. You get my point. And we've experienced early in our relationship that the first 6 months of the relationship, financially, I was the one who's okay. You know, and we were sharing. And the next 6 months, corporate lady just jumps up high. I have to start another job, and I'm back to being an intern. I'm like, damn, you can go back to Texas because the car must go. You know,
and to a point that he works, but he doesn't get paid.
Yes.
Hey,
you know?
guys.
So now someone must pay your rent. Now you don't contribute with groceries. Now you know that thing can literally make someone feel like, you know, small. You know, and the other person will always try to motivate. And I think us as guys at times we tend to feel small, when we financially can't provide. And I think right there it can break a relationship.
It can break a relationship. But the thing is, I think for me, I didn't mind because it was already done to me. So I was like, this is normal, but okay, when I get paid, here's the money that we have. How can it work? Would you be able to have Uber money? Would you to go to work? Would you have like transport money, everything,
child money,
everything, guys? So
child money, we like sending money to the child. Child money.
So it was normal for us, Yabon, and I think because of how you were, it made me comfortable to a point that when I had to show grace to you, it was easy and it wasn't an issue, Yabon. And I think money, turned baba to become a big thing in relationship. It's like if
it's not easy to talk about it because you feel like it's not yours. You know, you feel like you know, like it's like when Tommy was having more and I was having less, she was like, oh fine, let us discuss the monthly budget. And here I'm thinking to myself, but
what monthly
my money is the drop in the ocean with debt scenarios, you know, and most of the debts at times were mine. You get my point? So at times it's not easy because you feel like it's not your money, so you don't have the right to talk about it, you know. So that's where the moods come in, you know, people mood swings, you know. That's where you start thinking to yourself, I think let's end this relationship. You know, you want to take the easy way route out, and the easy way route out is like, because at times it can feel embarrassing not being able to provide, you know. So
I think it's also like in terms of embarrassing, but you want to buy yourself new clothes, but your money is a drop in the ocean, and you wanna, you know, like such things. Like I feel like as much as you're starting in a relationship, you need to speak about money matters so that when things change, you need to be able to show grace to your partner.
Because you know what, I think it was also this part of like how did we get over that?
I don't know how, to be honest. It just happened. I think it was also the thing that we had to start buying furniture. Furniture, and then we were like, okay, we're gonna put 10,000, and I know that we had 20,000 just for furniture and stuff, but I don't know, man, it wasn't a big issue. It was just like
I think for me the solution there was more of, at some point, at some stage, one must be the bigger person. It doesn't need to be the guy, it doesn't need to be the girl, it can be anyone, to say, just to sit down and talk about it. You get my point? Because literally, if we can be honest with each other, even if you are in a relationship now, even if you will be in a relationship you see when a person is trying.
Yeah.
You know, you see when a person is trying. And unfortunately, you don't control your bosses to pay you how much.
Yeah.
You get my point? So I think it was more of, at some point, something we sat down and talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, to say, like, you know, that thing of just, let me just show this person my pay slip.
Yeah.
This is how much I'm getting monthly. And I think I think it taught us that thing that, you know,
not to have expectations as well.
yeah, in a relationship we're here to support.
Yeah.
I think most of the time we would look at the beauty of it, at the love of it, of the sexual part of it, you know. That at times we ignore that we are here to support the other person.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, think about it. If you're in a relationship, if you lose a parent, the first person you tell,
it's your man.
It's your man or it's your lady. You say, yo, I lost my dad, where you at? You know, if you almost got into a car accident, who's the first person you call? It's the person like, yo, I was driving here and this guy, you know. So I think that also we also need to create this thing of financially we can also support each other. Because, and I think when you are the one who is financially strong, be the one who starts that conversation.
Yes.
Because it's hard for someone who's earning less
to say,
yo, can we combine our things so that we can be able to pay things around the house?
And it's usually easier when you do that.
Yeah, so when you are the one who's in a better position financially, I think you should start that conversation. You know, say, yo, listen, I understand you're going through this. It's temporary, but how about we work together, you know?
My money is your money.
Yeah, you know. So I don't think we need to be really much obsessed about who pays for the what. I think who's ever earning more at that stage is doing that. Because for that, when we started, for the first 6 months it was me, and for the next 6 months it was her.
Me.
You know? And 2 years later it again changed.
Yeah.
You get my point? So
because even matters like that, you would find that everything is fine and then the company retrenches and then you're not working. Then what? You can't run away. You can just tell the person, hey, Bafo, this is what's happening. And sometimes some relationship fail because of that, or people change because of that. They've lost jobs and then the partner is not the same again.
Especially when it comes to us guys, like we can tend to run away. Like we take the easy way out, you know? Because this thing of a man as a provider has been rubbed into us so much, which is true. It is true. I mean, it's there. It is true, you know. But then what happens when someone is really trying to be the provider, but the doors are not opening, you know? Does that make the person less of a man?
No, it doesn't.
I don't think it does, especially when you could see someone is trying, is being resourceful, but things are not, you know? So we speak about this thing because we've gone through this, we are still going through this, and we've seen a lot of people going through that and they stop being in a relationship.
They changed it. Like Zapali relationships, like, oh, I'm tired of carrying this person. But at the same time, baby, it wants maturity of the people, because sometimes even us as ladies, we do take advantage of that. Because if I wanted to, I could have taken advantage of you. But people need to be honest. People need to enter a relationship honestly.
Yeah.
And I just have a question for you, is that what does a man need to do? Because I've heard this notion so many times. People would say that I will not date because I'm not working yet. Then what? So should people not date because of money?
I think, you know, the truth in that people are running away from this thing of I want to be a burden to someone else. You know, I don't want to carry someone, because you know what, at times, like, if then I'm broke, how am I gonna take you out? You know, where are we going to stay? You know, where are we, you know, because often enough you're taking it as if it's your duty to provide for the other person, you know. But I think now we're growing enough to understand that the way that society is at financially, it must be our duty. You know, let us just support each other. You get my point? Yeah. That's another.
And apart from that as well, remember when we grew up, that wasn't an issue. We used to date even though it's not my.
Yeah, in high school.
You date even if you're not my. And it's like you appreciate the smallest things that you do have. But I also think that you move from a relationship and then in marriage.
You know, before we move into marriage, you know, I feel like at times, okay, I'm gonna be biased about this, right? I think at times a lot of guys are not given chances. Because they are not working, and they're very good guys.
Right.
And scumbags and guys who are scumbags out there, you know, the abusers, the cheaters, the guys who are just not representing us properly are always given a chance because
of the money, the cars.
Yeah, you know, so I think we also need to start looking at those things like, Because I feel like a lot of guys have been given opportunities, not deservingly, but because they've got the car, they've got the money,
guys,
and they get an opportunity. So are you willing to put yourself through that? Are you willing to say, I'm willing to date even the most moron person, idiot person, as long as they have money?
Which is sad.
I'm willing to date someone who's saying, I'm trying.
Yeah.
You know, point. Like obviously, you want to try. Like you're trying to do hard. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's closer in good into the name and answer.
Yeah, you know.
Meaning that you know, there must be signs of you are trying something. You know,
yeah.
It's hard to look for a job, but you're submitting.
We in South Africa, guys.
You know,
South Africa.
Yeah, you're starting that job. You get my point. So I think at times, for me, I'm seeing that being of a lot of guys who are good, you know, are not being given opportunities until they get something. You get my point? And it's like how now my problem with that. What happens when you get married, and the person had money before you guys married, and now he loses his job?
Before I answer that, also I guess what's important, baby, is people need to know the guy's 5-year plan or 10-year plan, because I think what motivated me is when you told me about your 5-year plan, and we were still friends then. And I was like, okay, this person has a vision, he knows where he wants to go, so you could see that he's a man of his word. Sometimes it's good to have someone who has a vision and who knows what it wants. Even the vision might not include you, but you could see, okay, I want to go back to school, I want to build a house, I want to do. You could see this person has a time frame. So that's also very important.
And I think also, you know, with this thing of mind, I think it's also understand that we need to be honest enough not to apply pressure to ourselves. I think sometimes we watch our influences and we want to live exactly like them, you know. So financially you guys are not there yet. Doesn't mean that you don't want to go to Dubai, but you're not gonna force yourself to go to Dubai. And you can't force someone to take you to Dubai when you could see that they are struggling to keep up money. For me, I feel like those times will come. You get my point? But as long as now those times are not coming, it's that, you know. And there's also that thing of having friends. You get my point? For me, at times friends can apply pressure.
Yes.
You know?
No,
they can. So
your
now
surroundings.
Your surroundings. You get my point? Like for me, it's like, because someone can apply pressure, you know, because they are our friends and they are a couple. We want to live exactly like them. But financially, we are not there. So we need to be honest to each other and say, I'm not saying let us not live like that. I'm not saying let us not have those ambitions.
But for now, we can't.
You know, so that we don't stress ourselves. So that the main thing, we don't lose the main thing. The main thing must remain as the main thing. And the main thing is for us to be together and support and build something.
And to be the main thing. I think also society puts so much pressure in terms of okay, after graduation you need to work, after a certain age, over 25, you need to start buying a house, you need to start having kids. Don't. It's like the video I watched, but it's like, now Tommy, why are you not having a baby? You know, not knowing, but bruh, Klambi, we are saving up to get a house. We don't want a baby now. Klambi, we working on our careers. We are not even in the right careers as yet to save financially. You had a question before, but I forgot it.
Oh, was it marriage?
Yes, it was about something.
Oh no, I say that, you know, I think we need to teach ourselves even before we even get into marriage. Even when we are married, you know, to be like to get to understand that the person that you're with now is not gonna be this person forever. You get my point? Like their financial standing is not gonna be like this forever. So if they have a very good financial standing now, it's not gonna be like that forever. There will be challenges. There will be time that they will have to take half of their salary. And I mean, it happened last year during COVID. That's what happened to a majority of us. You get my point?
People lost houses.
Exactly, you know. And at the same time, even if you look at your lady, she's not always gonna be this slender. You know, like it's going to change at some point.
Everything changes.
Everything changes. So I think we really need to stop looking at the artificial stuff.
Yes, and the materialistic things.
Yeah, exactly. We look for the main thing in a relationship. You know,
the main thing must remain the main thing.
And that's
the
love,
relationship,
you know?
in the marriage.
Yeah, that's love. That's support. That's the person that you want to build something with, because the person that you're with is not gonna be like that forever.
Yes.
They're not gonna be the manager of that company for the next 50 years. It doesn't happen like that.
That company can crash.
It can crash, man. It can close. You know, it's the same thing with. If I have six pack, I have six pack my entire life. What happens when, you know? So I think we need to be able to have this awkward conversation, because a lot of good relationships are ending because of money. You know, and most of the time it's always us guys. They're like, let me just be quiet and just
move. Okay, I'll come back when I have money and try again. But guys, I don't think the focus should just be about the money. I think your foundation of the relationship must just be about sifundane, like personalities and character-wise. I feel like money is just a bonus. Let me speak about our relationship. Money is just a bonus. And
I mean, you can't give it to us.
We don't mind it. It's just an extra. But what happens when the guy had money before in the relation, then in the marriage he doesn't? For me, I think if your characters and personalities are just grounded, it won't change. It will be that type of thing. But okay, it so happens now you're looking for another job. Okay, I'll carry the house.
And at the same time, when it's like, I don't think we need to be embarrassed that when things are changing financially, you know, we need to change a few things. If we had 2 cars, maybe now we need to be honest enough saying one has to go. You get my point? I mean, like for example, our situation, Dombi works from home. What's the point of us having 2 cars? Literally. It's like, just gonna stay there.
Parking lot.
Oh, she works from home full time. You get my point? So we need to change that thing. You know, if we're going out every weekend, now one person is working. We need to change it. You know, so I think it's fair enough to also always understand before you apply pressure to your person. Be honest with yourself. This person, their financial standing. How honest is it? So you don't ask for ridiculous things, and then the other person just stress. Like, how am I going to figure this thing out? You know,
And I think it's also very important, even in friendships. Like friendships, there are friendships where some other people would say, the saying on Facebook, it says that my friend disappeared. Like, she stopped talking to me, she stopped answering my calls and stuff. And get on. Little did I know she came back after like 5 years or 3 years. That you guys, the lady said, you guys were applying so much pressure. You wanted to go out every weekend. You wanted to know what. And Imekoyam was, I was not getting financial help from back home or anything. I had myself. So that's why some other people ghost people, because they're like,
I can't keep up with your lifestyle.
I can't keep up with your lifestyle. And I'm not going to take a loan to be so forcefully and stuff, and I think just be honest to yourself and say that, guys, I cannot go out at the moment financially. I'm not at a right stage.
And if they can't understand that, then they are not human enough to not understand that finances do affect, finances do change. You get my point? And I think it's also prioritize yourself when it comes to money. Prioritize your own, senses, like your own
mental
health, because once you start giving yourself too much into money, when you don't have it, it stresses only you. Like when you have to pay rent, people are not answering their phones now. You get my point? Or they start getting annoyed.
And then why? You're not your parents.
So the priorities must always be
remain the main thing.
Yeah, the priorities must always remain the main thing. You get my point? Going out, we're going to, because like we are going to do these things, but let us not. It must not happen at the expense
outside of the budget.
Yes. They must not happen at the expense of frustrations. Yes. I think that's that. So yeah, man. I think we're just sharing our views on this issue. You can always share your views on the comment section.
And tell us, do you combine your expenses, or would you rather not speak about it? Like, like, how do you make this money thing like a normal thing? Because some other people like even when they married, like, I'm Maliam, and you're like, hey, like, where do we break the barrier? Like,
I literally heard another guy saying he borrowed his wife money,
and you're like,
okay,
are you guys not married? He's like, yes, I want my money back. And some people do allowances. Like, how do you guys do work all of that and stuff? Like, how does it work?
For me, I think I learned it early, even when we even got married, that whatever, when I'm going out there, I'm out there to make money for us. You get my point? And when Tombi is out there running her own businesses, she's out there making money for us.
It's like Kali,
you get my point? So for me, this thing, I'm not saying your way of doing it is wrong, but for me it was just, I'm just out there for us. So if I'm going to take extra hours at work, overtime. I'm calling you saying, no, listen man, these guys have given an opportunity to do overtime, you know, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm doing overtime for us, you know, so if we need, and I'm like, I'm gonna work extra hours so that we can go out this weekend.
Yes.
It's for us.
It's for us.
You
like,
get my
it's
point?
worth it.
So for me, I feel like I'm just pouring in this well of ours.
What we have,
and then we use it. You know, but let's scale. You know, we put different versions. We can always teach each other those things. You know? Because I don't want to. Because we've been in a situation where the other one is earning more. And
the other one is working, and the other one is not
working. We've experienced all of that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think one thing that is so hard is to ask something for someone.
Yeah, and you know that person doesn't have.
Yeah, you know, or even when they have, but it's difficult to say to someone, man, can you buy me new jeans?
Yeah, it's like,
because you feel like the person's already doing a lot for you.
Yeah, that's how I used to feel. Now when I was not working, I was like, yo, he's already paying my rent, he's already doing my groceries, he's already buying furniture. Now I'm asking for a dress.
You know, man.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do this.
So the simple way to do that is to rather the money to be there for us.
Yeah,
and I think take and use.
And another thing that helped, you gave me you made another card. So you had your card and I had a card.
Duplicate cards.
Yeah,
because I also didn't want to be this person often. I also didn't like this thing of you asking things from me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you're not my friend, you're my partner. Don't ask anything because I know how it's like not to have and how hard it is to ask. I even know how hard it is to even ask your own family members.
Bruh,
so
and it's not nice.
That's the thing. But we're sharing different views here. What's up in the comment section? It's serious today.
Yeah, it's very serious. And I think yesterday we were even having a conversation where I said about career-wise, because I think the reason why people have money matters is because of careers.
Yeah.
People are not getting good jobs that are good paying because you know how companies are. And I said something along with you that if it makes sense financially, I would move, but I'm doing it for us.
For us.
You know, so it's one of those things that whatever I do it for us. Like it also like the foundation of the relationship. Yeah. So also career-wise, guys, someone could be working, let's say at Transnet, little did you know, actually we intend, you know. So we need to be fair, we need to speak about these things and sing our vibes. Let's be honest in our relationships, in our marriages, and understand where we are and not to feel pressured. Our friends are buying houses, they're buying cars, they're buying this. Everything will happen at the right time. It's like that family, Greatest Unknown Family.
Yeah.
Is that they didn't have a house, they used to rent even till the point that one of their kids finished matric and stuff. But when the child did first year,
like it's like they bought a house when they were 49. It's their pace.
Bruh.
Their peak time was at 49. That's their peak time.
The house, bruh.
But they didn't get
the
divorced.
cars and stuff. So I guess the money shouldn't matter more than you guys need to support one another.
Yeah, man. And I think it's also important to understand that our careers are not the same. Some other careers it's difficult for you to get employed, you know, because of the companies. And then you also need to understand that it's corporate, you know. So racism is also a real thing there.
Yeah.
So we need to understand where we're at and where we are trying to go. And let's not be disturbed by other things. Artificial things can be a problem at times.
Yes. Otherwise, keep strong, keep pushing wherever you are, and you know that you're doing a great job. But in all things, be honest to yourself, don't lie to yourself, and be honest to the people around you as well. Otherwise, we're snapping at every topic. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Press that notification bell. And oh snap!